All right, good morning, guys. So, yesterday we were out here working on the horse trailer, and I let my son Zeke do a lot of the filming, and he's never done that. So, when I went back through the footage, there's a lot of it with his fingers, like covering part of the thing is kind of like that. Very amateur, so hopefully that doesn't make you guys not watch the videos, but yeah, it is what it is. So we got a lot done yesterday, and today I have a couple hours before I have to drop some wood off and pick up some slabs. So I'm gonna get out here and try to cut out a couple panels. I'll flip you around here in a second, I'll show you. And then I gotta take all this load to the dump because, let them pass. Because it's my truck that I use to go pick up wood, drop off wood, stuff like that. So I'm not gonna waste too much time talking. I'm going to finish this up and hopefully get ready for a day when I come out and start knocking the rust off the metal and kind of seeing where we're at. But that's a video for another day. But yeah. All right, guys, welcome to Tito Wilson Designs channel, where we are going to tackle a horse trailer refurb. I have my son, one of my twins with me, Zeke, and he's gonna help me today. Our goal today is to remove the doors and to remove the flooring, the wood flooring. And it's gonna be gross, it's gonna be dirty. It's hot today, so we're gonna sweat, right?
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna get to it, and we'll do some video, show you, and then if we run into anything, we'll do some like specific video about it. But we're gonna get started.
Name is Zeke, and we're gonna build a horse trailer. So that's why we're trying to fix it. So
you're gonna help Dad?
yeah, I'm gonna help my dad, and we have to fix that big hole. We're gonna spray paint it. We're gonna try to do our best of making these windows and doing everything that we can.
Okay, this is Zeke and I getting the wood off of the metal doors here. And just so happened that the screws and the nails on his side were all stripped or warped or something. So he was struggling to get them out, whereas mine were coming out pretty easily. So here in a bit, we had to stop and help the kid out a little bit. But he did really good. He had a good attitude the whole day and super proud of him. And bottom line is he was super excited to do this with me. I'd hoped to hammer the doors out, the pins, but instead we had to cut them out with the grinder. And believe it or not, this is my first time ever using a grinder, is on this project. So if you see me doing something wrong, I believe it.
Please say down now. Oh. Because you were like burning right here. It was like burning.
What was burning?
My armpit.
Your armpit?
My front armpit.
Are you still filming?
Right here. Yes, I'm still filming.
So it took a while to get these big hinges completely cut off. Probably because I didn't know what I was doing. I'm not going to say I do, but I know a little bit more now. So the bottom hinge of this door, I thought for sure I could get off with my drill and a certain bit to get the heads of the bolts off, but they were so rusted on there, it didn't work at all. Some of them broke. One of them actually ended up getting stuck in my tool. So we eventually just, if I remember correctly, just switched to the grinder and just grinded everything off. It just works so much easier. No, stay right there. Film the ground here. Are you filming?
Yeah, the ground. Wow, how cool is that? He just finished that whole thing. It was hard work. Make sure to watch this video. Stop filming?
Yep, for now. So here is, I mentioned that I got a tool stuck in my thing. What it was is the head of a bolt broke off and got stuck in my bit. And it's still stuck. I still have not got it. So I switched to a different one and tried to do that. But again, I quickly realized that grinding it is the easy way to go. So I think pretty much almost from here on out, we use the grinder for everything. But here we're just trying to slowly remove the tabs and bolts and things like that that are attaching the wood and the inside wood and the outside metal paneling to the internal frame of this trailer. So I thought I had gotten all the bolts off, but they're in the middle right there. I realized that there's some heads of the bolts that might be still attached. And sorry about Zeke, he got carried away. Like I said in the beginning, he's never done this before, so there's times where he gets crazy. But these are bolts that were, I think they're carriage bolts, maybe? And they were really driven in there, so I've tried everything. I tried using a wrench to get them off. I tried my drill. And then that's when I said the grinder. If you're going to do something like this, a grinder is almost like a must-have. Like it just came in so handy. I'm so glad I got it. I got a little Makita or Milwaukee, I think it is, and I went to Harbor Freight. Just got the little cutter disc for pretty cheap, and I've gone through like 3 or 4 of them, but they're inexpensive enough to where they're not going to break the bank, if you know what I'm saying. So, this is me still haven't figured out to use the grinder. I'm a slow learner. What can I say? And Zeke is getting crazy, but we're about to switch to the grinder here in a second. And then we're going to get this side panel off. Which I know in the beginning I said that wasn't one of my goals, but when we got into it, I was like, why not? Let's just take it off. And it works perfectly. Until this moment right here, where definitely slammed my face inside the metal, but I had to play it off and pretend like everything was okay and move on.
This is as far I can go.
Oh, we miss that?
I think we did not.
All right, we got one side off, guys. Let's see the sunlight. It's hard to see, huh?
Yeah, I know.
I'll have to come out in the morning time. The light is better. Got one side off. Expose the metal here. No, let's do the other side. From the start, I decided to just use the grinder. I had learned my lesson at this point. And what we're doing is just taking off all the bolts, releasing them, and I thought for sure that would get it. And then we're taking off some of the hinges, some of the other tabs holding this on, thinking that this would make it simple. But as you can watch and see, it did not come off. And here in a little bit, I get schooled by my 7-year-old, and he points out why I can't get this off. So just watch, see what happens. Sometimes I think that using force will work, and here I am just using a hammer, thinking, oh, I'll just pound this out. I'll use muscle. Well, I get proven that either I'm not very smart or I'm not very strong, or both. And so back to the grinder to try to loosen it up, and it still doesn't work. But in the process, this is where Zeke figures out what's going on. Smart kid. And this is where Zeke sees the problem. Boom. So I did get the board released, but I left this rubber carpet mat thing on. And this is what was keeping the entire side panel stuck on there. Well, that and the wood that was keeping the carpet onto the trailer. So, took off the wood, removed the carpet, took off the panel, and now we can work on the rest. This is when we realized the entire floor is infested with cockroaches, and I mean huge, the size of your thumb cockroaches, and roly-polies. At least that's what I called them growing up, the little bugs that kind of roll up. Anyway, the whole floor. Zeke didn't really show it, but he's trying to show you with his feet. But they're everywhere. And as we kept on taking the wood out, they tried to scurry up the driveway into my shop. So we had to be on bug duty, or else my wife would have been so mad.
I think I'll worry about that later.
That was so cool. He broke it out. He tried his best of breaking that whole door. It was awesome. Right there, which my finger's on. It's not on. I'm far away. I'm just putting it on there. So, please, say this as a yes. Thank you.
So we got to start on the floor, and between stepping on roaches everywhere, for the most part, this process went pretty easily. This floor consisted of 3 layers. The top layer there was super rotted, as you can see. It just came right out. The very base layer, though, was solid. It makes no sense to me, to be honest. You would think the bottom layer would be the more rotted out one, but it was not. Sorry, I just yawned. The bottom layer was super solid, and it was attached to the underframe with these carriage bolts. And so it was a bear to get out. It was the longest and hardest part of this process, and so we didn't film it all. Well, I did, but I'm not going to make you watch all of this. But it went pretty easily. All right, guys. We achieved our goal today. Got all the wood from the floor gone. Got some of the metal sides gone. The doors gone. We actually got more done. So I'm going to flip you around and show you. All right, here we go. We took off the metal sides, the floor, the doors, filled up my truck. Let's take you inside here. Zeke, watch out for like the nails and stuff. So if you get down in here, there's
A little bit more metal fixing that I have to do. There's a whole cross beam that I cut out right there, so I have to put one in. The sides need to be repaired over there. But overall, these are both good on both sides. So that's awesome.
I see a roach. I want to get some.
All right, guys, we're calling it quits for today. We made a lot of progress. Took out the sides, the windows. I was hoping to take off the front too, but didn't get to it. Excuse me. Took out the floor, exposed where we need to fix some stuff. Tried to chop out as much as this as I could. I found out the fenders are welded into place, so if I want to change that, I'm gonna have to cut that out. And it looks like, I mean, you guys that know trailers might have been like, well, duh, but these tires right here actually have brakes that can be hooked up to them. So that was new to me. And it looks like we have to replace that whole front beam right there. So I might get creative in what we do there, as far as the floor goes. But yeah, next step is to take out this, that, and then fix the metal. That's where we're at next. I think I'm gonna take off these things too, haven't decided, but this is where we're at. So yeah, I was able to knock off a lot of side panels, but today I wanna knock off the rest of these. I'm probably just gonna cut them out, to be honest, because I'm under time restraint. So I'm just gonna cut them out, toss them in the truck so I can take them. Next step after this would be to clean up all the metal. Clean up any rust, see where we're at. Make a list of metal to get, like this. We're gonna have to cut that out, we're gonna replace that. My design doesn't have this, so we're gonna cut that out. Still undecided about the fenders. If you watch this, tell me what you think about fenders. If I should replace those, keep them, tell me what you think. And then we have a bunch of metal in here to get. I have to get some angle iron up here, there. I have to get a big piece of metal right here for the cross beam, and then I have to reconstruct that whole area. But yeah, it just is what it is. And the reason why I don't have too much time is I'm busy. If you look right here, I have this huge sycamore slab that is an epoxy river table. I have a big walnut slab right here. Then I have actually 2 more walnut slabs underneath this one. And I still need to get to this vanity top. Oh, not to mention the like 6 poplar slabs I'm picking up today. So those are all for tables. So I'm gonna get to it. And yeah, we'll edit video sometime in the future. So if you decide to take on a project like this, here's an easy way to get rid of rivets in the side instead of using a grinder. Just use your drill. I was using a 7/64 bit to do this. Pretty easy. All right, guys, I broke out the good old Sawzall to take out a lot of this. And I'm on my last little section here. And I started noticing as I was loosening up the tension that the top started to want to come down to my head. And I was like, uh-oh, come to find out, they never sealed that, attached it in any way. Can you see that? So I threw on some of these straps. I'm about to go and get my wife to come out just to make sure that this doesn't come down on my head. It's attached with a few rivets on both sides, but like 2. So I don't know, but it's these kind of things when you get into this, you got to be careful, because look at that shoddy work by whoever did that before. And that explains probably a lot of the rust right there, because it was never sealed. So, and then when I broke it open, I wasn't expecting that. I was hoping that this support frame all the way around was good, but it's not. So there's that. And then this support frame
See how it's curved right there? And it's just missing right here. So that's not good. So yeah. So, you know, a lot more welding and metal than I had planned. But the positive side is I've been debating in my head whether or not to keep the horse trailer looking like the horse trailer and totally revamping this whole front anyway. So I'm gonna talk to Brandon from Live by the Craft. He's the one that makes all my metal bases for me for my tables. He knows a thing or two about metal, so I'm gonna talk to him, see what he thinks, and then I'm also gonna reach out to Rich from 10 Speed Tier Trailers. He makes teardrop trailers. I'm gonna see what he thinks too, because this could be an opportunity. Could be a blessing in disguise. So, all right, I'm gonna get back to it, take this off, make sure my head doesn't cave in, and then I'll clean up and then take you through a final walkthrough before I take the stuff to the dump. Sorry guys, we got that all off, and luckily the couple of rivets that are holding that right here held the entire top up there. But I might get a strap and strap it from here all the way to the back just to be sure in case we get a big windstorm or something. But yeah, so we're definitely going to replace all this, rebuild the subfloor, the metal subfloor completely, and that's okay. And then we have to figure out what to do with this. That's the question of the day. So we'll see. The mailman just stopped and was like, "What are you doing?" He's seen my wood stuff before at the tables, and he was like, "I thought you got the trailer to haul your slabs." I do need a trailer to haul my slabs. But yeah, so that's where we're at. I'll be honest, I didn't expect to get this far until like end of June. So we're farther than I thought. It just so happened I had a day yesterday and part of the morning, so I'm happy with it. All right, so that's pretty much wraps up the video for demo. Next is I'm gonna have Brandon out here to analyze the metal. We're gonna make a plan as far as what things to repair, how to repair it, design of the subfloor. So all of that will be the next video. So thanks for following along. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. And if you have any tips of the trade for metal work or trailers or whatever, leave them in the comments, let me know. And I'm excited about this. So we're starting to narrow down on a couple designs as far as colors go. So tell me what you would like to see as far as colors. I'm curious what you guys would want to see. So, all right, peace out. Until next time.